And we're back. So I thought it would be a cool idea, like everyone loves a mashup or a versus or whatever. And I thought it'd be, well, I thought the obvious thing would be the Dora Milaje versus the Amazons. So we have the Wonder Woman verse, DC verse versus Marvel slash Black Panther. And so the Amazons are literally thousands of years old, like what, 5,000 or so, right?
At least.
But these are the same people, whereas the Dora Milaje are generational. Obviously, they're not immortal. I'm not. It's not clear to me if the Amazons have superpowers.
They're a bunch of dummies. The Amazons.
That's not what I asked. Do they have superpowers?
Well, yeah, they're immortal because they're related to the gods.
Well, yeah, but other than living forever, do they have any physical strength that's extra? Because it doesn't seem like
Well,
it.
yeah, because, I mean, like, Wonder Woman, obviously.
She's not an Amazon. She just lived there.
Oh, that's right.
She's half god.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of implied that they have, like, agility and fighting abilities of some kind that can be, like, accentuated with training. But, I mean, it's not clear or obvious, whatever it is, if they do.
They seem pretty ordinary fighting against those Nazis
on
the beach.
Yeah, they seemed, like, horrible fighting those Nazis on the beach with their technology that's, like, 5,000 years old. I mean, movies like Black Panther highlight how dumb the Amazons are, like, even more. Like, here you have, you know, the human race, perfectly normal, nothing special about them. They come across good technology and they use it to better themselves. They make medical equipment and cool armor and weapons that can be used to defend themselves and transportation.
Also, I'm sorry, their fight style just seemed more efficient.
Yeah, they used the technology to better themselves, which is like the thing that allowed them to go, you know, further in the species than anybody else in the human race, right? Then you look at the Amazons, who literally have, like, unlimited time to figure this stuff out, because it's not like any one of them has a 100-year lifespan and can only...
They don't have a job.
They don't have a job.
Or kids.
All they do is train and fight, and they're still wandering around 5,000 years later on horseback with bow and arrow. How dumb as a society do you have to be?
Well, considering that they were in like an epic around the globe kind of battle 5,000 years ago, and then they didn't do any upgrades.
No upgrades in 5,000 years.
And then the Nazis show up on their beach with guns,
kick the crap out of them. And then obviously,
80 something years later, they still don't do any changes.
No changes.
And something needs to be said about that. Now, while it's true, Shuri is not, you know, a part of the Dora Milaje, like, that's still the Wakandans are part of her tribe, and that's all she does is constantly improve the technology to make them better. Yeah. But even just in terms of fight moves,
the Amazons need a technology consultant. They need somebody whose, like, only job is to not fight, but to in fact, like, travel around the world and find technology that they can use, like, and bring it back to the Amazons. That should be their job, like the research person or something. It's just, oh god, like, it makes no sense. They, like, speak hundreds of languages, but then, like, there's no reason to speak any of those languages because they don't travel. Why do they need to know hundreds of languages? They don't leave that island.
Well, in addition to that, and I have to say, I recall when I first saw Wonder Woman, and while I did enjoy that movie, I didn't like the whole, and what's her name? Robin Wright was fucking badass. Like, she was the best thing about that movie for me. I didn't feel a sense of empowerment. I know a lot of women did. I didn't feel it. However, seeing the Dora Milaje fight together like that as a unit, and like really the whole overall theme of women in that movie, period, frankly, and even though the lead character is not a woman, I felt more empowered watching that, not as a black person, but as a woman. You know, and I might have denigrative bias or something, I don't know, but it just seemed more empowering watching them, like, I don't know.
Yeah, so, like...
Well, they use their abilities to actually do shit.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of felt this way, too, when Wonder Woman came out, but I didn't have, like, a good example to compare it to. Now that I have a good example, I can, like, make this point a little bit clearer. when Wonder Woman came out, all the critics like lost their minds. Like they gave it like the most unfairly good reviews I've like ever seen of a movie. I mean, it was like they acted like a woman had never been on screen before. It was like ridiculous, right? And I'm kind of like, all right, well, maybe it's good, and I went and saw it. I hated it. You all know this. There's a review on it if you want to read it or want to listen to me rant about how much I hated it. And like now, if you go and look at Black Panther, that's the way that they should be framing women. Strong, using technology, like being able to do everything that men can do, and even more in some cases, right? I don't understand why people thought that Wonder Woman was empowering, because that movie made women look dumb. Like, it's weird to me. If I was, like, I'm not a woman, but if I was, I don't feel like I would want that to be the thing that they were comparing me to. I'd be like, really? Like, so I'm a person who's totally technologically inept, doesn't learn from my mistakes. I mean, it's just, that seems like a bad role model for women, quite frankly. It's weird. I don't get it.
I think it was about seeing a woman with literal power, perhaps. And, you know, when she goes out into the world, it was kind of like, you know, you see someone from sophomore year to graduation, kind of, from Wonder Woman. Like, she,
okay.
You know, like, in seeing her coming to her own and making her own decisions and leaving home. I think it was more metaphorical power. And then also, she was literally powerful. Like, I'm not going to, like, those fight scenes were great.
Yeah.
However, I didn't feel empowered by it. I felt empowered by watching Black Panther, and there's a lot of layers to that reason. But just speaking as just a woman for just a moment, those women were definitely more, I can't even really put it into words. I'm a fucking writer. Like, it's just, it just, I felt empowered. In fact, I'm going to see it again this weekend. My treat. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I want to, like, take some sort of fighting class thing.
Yeah.
I want to take a kickboxing class or something. I want to learn how to do those kinds. I want to work with a bow staff.
They seemed like they could actually defend themselves. Whereas, like, with the Amazons, I was just like, they're going to get their asses kicked.
If I needed protection, I'm going to the Dora Milaje in Wakanda, not the Amazons.
The Amazons would be, like, literally the worst and last choice for me, like, hiring private security. I'm like, I don't want somebody with a bow and arrow to be, like, my private security.
Well, you know, I think
it's not going to cut it.
You know what's interesting is that both Wakanda and, you know, the Amazon island are both hidden, essentially, from the world. So I think that's an interesting parallel.
The thing that they actually took the trouble to explain in a logical way in Black Panther and gave no explanation whatsoever for in Wonder Woman, by the way. Another reason why I thought that movie was stupid. Just saying. Yeah, so I just thought it was weird that, like, Wonder Woman was considered, like, an empowering movie for women. I thought it made women look really bad. And I'm glad that Black Panther came along, because I thought that Black Panther made women look really good.
Well, I agree with that part. I think Wonder Woman, what he did was that having a bunch of women work together, there was no bitch out there trying to destroy, you know, Wonder Woman or anything.
That's good.
And so we all know there's always that one bitch at work who wants to destroy you. Like, Wonder Woman 2 should totally be that bitch at work who wants to destroy Diana. Because that would be relatable.
That's a good point.
Like, wait a minute. I thought I left your ass on the island. No, Diana. I'm coming for you. Why do you get to be Wonder Woman? No.
That's a really good point.
It's hilarious.
Anything else?
Yeah.
If you guys like our content, make sure to subscribe right up here. Also, check out the brand new blog, thelivingrishon.com, where we talk about all sorts of things in various fandoms like this. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.